King's Dream Live podcast and show where creatives come to be encouraged, inspired, empowered, all that good stuff. I'm here with Pastor Pat Lynch of the Movement Church and of the Morning After podcast, and we're back. This is season 2. I think your episode from the first series before we even did video was probably, I think, the most popular one in terms of plays and response. So, so I'm excited. We got the video going. We got the questions on deck. We're going to be taking some of your guys' questions. But what's new? You guys launched a podcast at the Movement.
Yeah.
That's been really cool. I listened to a couple episodes. You, Belief, and
Ashley. She's part of our church community, and she has a background in journalism and does a lot of social media stuff for us. And it was exciting. And truthfully, I mean, not because I'm sitting with you, but my relationship with you and Belief has been over years. And you guys' encouragement, yeah, man. I think to step outside of my comfort zone, which, people who know me, I'm communicating on a physical platform on a weekly basis and speak at conferences, but to go into this whole world of podcasts, seeing what you guys are doing as a creative myself, it's inspiring. And so,
and you guys talk about some cool stuff. You guys talk about everything from social issues, obviously faith and God related things to creative things. And is that in the podcast app now, or is it just on the Movement Church app?
No, you can actually go in the podcast app.
Okay, dope.
Yeah. There's multiple places you can get it. You can get it. You can listen directly to that off of our organization's
That's probably
app.
the easiest way for them to check it out. Is the Movement Church app.
Yeah.
Which is a cool app, and there's the sermons are in there and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. So I wanted to jump in. I'm kind of on this kick of hard work. We're dealing, and I think your voice is very valuable. We're dealing with a new generation of people that are hitting the marketplace and trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
You gave a great sermon on Sunday. All you guys check it out in the Movement app or on themovement.org. And there was a segment where you talked about, you're not a sports expert.
I'm not.
But one of the things that are huge is fundamentals, and God challenging you in your walk with fundamentals.
Yeah.
And you talked about the players who have the fundamentals end up doing better than the guys that just want to jump on a court, dribble through their legs,
shoot the three.
Yeah. Break that down, because that was such a really a cool moment in the service, and I think it's very practical to our faith, but I think it's just practical to life. So can you kind of explain that part and what the heart of that was?
Yeah, for me, I mean, chiefly, and I like to keep things for me out of a place of personal revelation. And that just as I was coming into this year, I was just really spending time asking God, God, what is it that you're getting after my heart that you want me to do? And he just brought me back to this idea of fundamentals, and fundamentals being, when I look around the landscape of, let's say, creatively as a musician, or even just being a father, being a husband, or whatever it is I'm doing, I realize that I want all of the fruits of the labor of people that are doing fundamental things, but I'm not always willing to put in the hard work and do the fundamental things that need to get there.
Right.
So one of the words, it's really interesting. So you talk about just being, that hard work, that process of just working hard at something. And so my language that I've been using, interestingly enough, is my challenge is, am I willing to be uncomfortable? Am I willing to embrace the discomfort?
Yep.
Of actually taking something that seems like it's monotonous and pointless, and this is just ritual or religious, and am I willing to take it and work that thing and discipline that thing enough in my life where it begins to produce fruit that ultimately I want, but I just, when it comes down to it, to your point, I was listening to one of your episodes. I just want the fruit. I don't want to have to do any of the work to be a good dad or be successful. And so I think that's where we're seeing culture right now.
Yeah.
And that's where the hang up right now is we all want the benefits of the package. We just don't want to have to do any of the work. We don't want to be uncomfortable. And my challenge right now to people is, what part of your life are you uncomfortable? If you're not, get uncomfortable.
Yeah, and you talked about in the sermon where you said, these guys, Kobe Bryant and just these freak basketball players do they'll shoot 400 free throws before and 400 free throws after the game. A lot of times that they're there before everyone gets to practice and stay until after everyone leaves. And we look at them and we say, well, they're just lucky. Well, they're just talented.
Yeah.
But there's some level of luck and talent there. But they actually put in the work. And you said you said the game doesn't come down to who's gonna do the big slam dunk flashy move.
No,
it comes down to close games. Come down to free throws.
Always at the end of the game. At the end of whatever it is that you're going after, I've never watched a close game in the NBA. And again, I'm not a sports freak, but everyone watches the finals though, of the NBA. So it's like I've never watched that game come down to, Kobe Bryant had 27 dunks at the last 2 minutes of the game. No, the reality is this is what happens. The team puts the ball in the hands of the greatest guy on the court. He gets fouled, and he has to go to the line, and he keeps his team in a position of succeeding by repeating the fundamental things that he was willing to practice. Right. So the question is,
which is free throws, which is the most boring thing to do, is to work on your free throws.
Man, and so this is the question. Are you willing to do the things that no one else is willing to do in order to have a life that no one else has?
Woo. Wow. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's personal for me.
And that goes into every aspect, from your personal devotional time to time with the family, to
whatever
work,
it is.
To whatever it is, it goes back to those fundamental things and doing the things that no one is even going to praise you for.
They're not even going to see it.
They're not even going to see it.
Yeah, like nobody knows until after the fact. No, because like an artist, we've seen this. We're like, where'd this artist come from? Mm-hmm. They just hit the scene, and it's like, no, you didn't see that artist grinding from city to city in a 15-passenger van. Right. With a bunch of smelly dudes having to pile into some cheap, horrible motel.
Yep.
You didn't see all the things that person was willing to do. Mm-hmm. You're just seeing when they pop on the market.
Right. And then they're an overnight success.
But there is no such thing as overnight success.
Right.
And in fact, I will tell you that the success wasn't happening at the moment that you saw them, that they were actually successful the 10 years prior to that, when they were doing the things in the quiet, in the dark, and in the secret that led them to the moment that they were standing on the stage receiving the Grammy. And that's the moment we all want.
Right.